much. How are we doing today? I said, how are we all doing? Very good. Well, hi, my name is Keely and I'm part of your entertainment team if you haven't met me already, but I'm sure you probably have. And today we are in for a treat. Now, was anyone here yesterday? Yes, so we have some returning fans. So yesterday, obviously, we had the chicken torte soup, but today we have chicken parmesan meatballs. Everyone say, ooh! Now, obviously, we have a very special guest, and you obviously all know already who that is, but he's very good. He's known for on the Wish and the Treasure. He made his Jolly Good burger, and he likes to have a good time because he's from Liverpool, and everyone in Liverpool likes to have a good time. So before he comes on in, he likes to have everyone doing a certain something, and that is boogieing and having a good time. So for this part, what I would like you to do is stand on up if you are willing and able, and we're gonna have a little bit of a boogie before he comes on in. How does that sound, everyone? Okay, DJ, can we hit that music? Everyone, let's start boogieing. Let's get this on. Let me hear you say, ooh, ooh. Give me everyone, please give it up for Jon Ashton. Let me hear you say, ooh, ooh. Very good, let's keep those boogies going. Are we ready? We're gonna get to the chorus. Let's go low, go low, go low, go low, go low, go low. Now take it back down. Are we ready? Again, make some noise for Jon
You know, it's really important in life if someone doesn't fit in to help them fit in. And I'm not talking about myself this morning trying to get in my trousers. You'll notice I'm not wearing my Levi's. I took them off yesterday and the logo was tattooed on my belly button. Time to slow my roll. Unbelievable. You know, we have a dear friend who, Disney, you know, as we all know, we care about our guests. And a dear friend who comes to the show and he never gets to eat because he can't eat some gluten. He's celiac. So I found the right banana for you. You know I love you. Come on here. Let me just do a bit of Brandon while I'm here. Get up, cheeky monkey. You've been to filming. Let's do it like Blair Witch Project. I'm here with Mike. Mike's from New Jersey, but he's wearing a lovely cap. This is my new logo. It's the Friendly Fox. It's the brand new logo. We just released a new website. Although we have a lot of fun, you know, the new website's about a place where you can come. And it tells you what type of chef's knife to get and what not to use. Sausages. For those who weren't here yesterday, you missed an absolute stormer. I was nearly, I was a magician. I nearly made me thumb disappear. Yes. You probably... Oh, sausages. Oh, that's just marvelous. I drank a load of water before the show, don't. Oh, Jimmy the Cricket. You got a first aid kit. Oh heavens, I can't believe it. I didn't even drink before the show today. This is what makes Disney so special. Moments like this, truly magical. Thank you, that's bloody funny. And that's just hilarious. Well done. You'll do anything for a glass of wine, you cheeky monkey. You know, before we start the show, it's really important, and I do this because it's so important in life. I'm the cheeky monkey who gets to get up here and hand out bananas. But I want to say, I'm not the only person in here. It's the cast members who really make this journey so special. And I can't do it by myself, and they're all around you. Can you give them a round of applause, please? I won't ask you for much. The only thing I will ask you for, not for any pennies out of your pocket or anything like that, or for any glowing reviews, the only thing I'll ask you for is, if you can, if you get a wee chance, say thank you to a cast member. That's all I'll ask you for. Just say a wee thank you. Just start with one a day, and then see the glowing smile on the face, and then make it 2, and then make it 3. It's like starting at the bar. You start with 1 and you get used to it. Happy days. So the new website, what we launched, we wanted to not only teach you how to cook, we wanted to teach you all the ways to go wrong. Any chef can get up. Don't buy a big knife. Any chef can get up there and can do some cooking. But if you talk about all the ways you can go wrong, and then show you how to look at this thing, it's falling off. Actually, I don't have a knife. You got the knife, chef? The small, get me that big chef's knife. It's time for me and that knife to make friends again. You want to learn the ways to go wrong, and anyone can cook. We have a joyous time, a jolly good laugh, but I want to show you all the way to go wrong, and then how to take a recipe you've mastered and to take it to 10 different places. And today we're going to do that with a meatball. We're going to capture a flavour of Italy, but what we're going to do is, with the flavour of Italy, we're going to then show you how you can take it to India, how you can take it to China, and how you can do that. Everybody, Ahmed's been helping me. Give him a round of applause. Did you set him up? I'm sure you guys are all in on this, aren't you? Thank you so much. Happy days. I'm gonna put a glove on just in case. Jiminy cricket. Might need it actually. If we get any more audience, we'll have to get down the hallway. Come on, come on. From Wisconsin. Where's me kids? You brought them? Absolutely amazing. This is how nice people are. They brought me cheese kids all the way from Wisconsin. They're a week old. I think you might want to get a new calendar. They're delicious. Thank you so much. Are they still sweet? Did you still squeak? Like my back? Stand up. These beautiful souls from Wisconsin, they've come on many cruises I'm on, and they're always so kind. My friend here is a veteran. Give him a round of applause. Thank you. Thank you for the service. Thank you. Right, let's get cooking, otherwise we're going to be in Barcelona. Salty, squeaking, excellent. Unbelievable. Anyone lactose intolerant? Don't eat cheese curds. All right, let's make some meatballs. So we think about chicken parmesan. It's a classic North American dish, nothing to do with Italy. The Italians first made eggplant parmesan. So eggplant parmesan was the dish from Parma, the northern part of Italy. Then it came over to America. People had a few more pennies in the pockets. They took the classic chicken parmesan and made it into, eggplant parmesan, and made it into chicken parmesan. Very popular in the United States. It's got all the right notes. It's got the crispiness, it's cooked perfectly, it's got tomatoes, and it's got that oozing cheese, what we all love, apart from the lactose intolerant. And it's got all of that. So how do you take two of your favourite things, meatballs and Parmesan, and put them together and make something wonderful? And you'll see that today. The first thing I'm going, the glove's inside out. Sausages. No, it's not inside out. Someone put the label on the outside. Who would put the label out on the outside? Why would you put the label on the outside? Jiminy Cricket. I feel like the good news is the hand fits the glove. Made in England. 1 second. I don't believe in saying naughty words, so I say, oh sausages. Say, oh sausages. Say it again. You can get these cups at jonashton.com. Oh sausages. Told you I was getting Americanized, now I can appetize. Let's make a tomato sauce, get that on the go. So we're all going to the store to purchase tomato sauce. When we think about marinara sauce means by the ocean. It's a quick sauce, what we use in Italian cooking. Most important things is the tomatoes. When we think of tomatoes, we think of San Marzano, beautiful volcanic soil. The hardest thing in the United States. We stopped doing regenerative farming. So we wasn't planting the fields. So a lot of our tomatoes don't taste very good. Where I live in Martha's Vineyard, the soil is so important, and I put a lot into the soil for next year, for planning years ahead. If you are going to grow tomatoes this year, if you have a wee chance, put a little bit of Epsom salt next to your tomatoes. The Epsom salt makes them sweeter. Sounds unusual, but they realised that on the coasts of Italy, with the ocean breeze as it comes through, kisses the leaves of the tomato plant and the tomatoes end up sweeter. So a small amount of Epsom salts. If you get some canned tomatoes, which I think are perfect when tomatoes aren't in season, what you want to do is take them and have a taste. Just see what the flavour profile is. If they taste really acidic, then what we want to do is chop the tomato in half, a little bit of olive oil under the broiler. If you think about a sun-dried tomato is sweet, or tomato, but tomato, the English, it's lovely to see you. Excuse, I haven't seen you guys all cruise. Where's my chocolate?
Don't worry about the chocolate.
Oh yeah, good to see you.
Yeah.
Is this the chocolate?
No, something else. You can't have the bag.
I can't. Oh, look at this. Tea bags. That is so nice. So tomatoes are sweet. If we don't have good tomatoes, not sharp knife, they won't give me one no more. Is it anybody's birthday today? Anyone's birthday today? It's your birthday? Well, darling, it's your lucky day. Have a drink on me. Lovely to see you, Pam. I will celebrate in a moment. Tomatoes, you want to put them under the broiler. You think about sun-dried tomatoes, they're sweet, but tomatoes in a can aren't. As you remove the water content from the tomato, it gets sweeter. For a classic marinara sauce, we take some olive oil. We don't want to be using extra virgin for cooking. Extra virgin's got the grassy flavours, but you're losing a lot of that goodness. Add some olive oil to the pan. The pan's getting nice and warm. We're going to take some onion. We talked yesterday about onion, yellow onion or Spanish onion for cooking. Add some onion to the pan. I'm not going to add the garlic yet. Too many people add garlic too far ahead of time, and it has a tendency to burn. If you think about that diced onion, that's much bigger. When we're cooking with onion, we want about 1 tablespoon per onion, per yellow onion. Just cooking it along. Garlic's not going in there. I think sometimes when people make tomato sauce, marinara sauce, tomato sauce, they have a tendency to not look for sweet agents. They add sugar to it. But you can get some sweetness by adding some celery, classic French, carrot. You make a tomato sauce, you think to yourself, oh, it's too acidic. Just grate some carrot. Carrot adds a wonderful sweetness to it. It's natural, but it's going to add flavour. We're cooking it along. At this stage now, I'm going to add some garlic. Italians have a tendency to reach to sliced garlic. Southeast Asian cuisine would use minced garlic. We're just going to use a small amount of minced garlic. The finer you chop it, the stronger the garlic will be. If you don't like too much garlic, add a whole garlic clove just straight to it, and you can fish it out. Sliced garlic is more milder. Minced garlic is stronger. And then the pièce de résistance, the one what will keep Dracula from the door, is garlic puree on a garlic press or a microplane. Adding some garlic at this stage, not adding it too far ahead. Giving this a stir. At home, use a wooden spoon. A lot of us have a tendency to purchase this one at home, this spatula. If I can recommend you to purchase this brand, it's called D-I-O-R, Durio. I think it's Italian or French. It's black. It doesn't pick up the stains. Tomato paste, turmeric, curry will all pick up the stains on these. This one's fantastic. Highly recommend it. Any product I mentioned today, I don't work for any of these companies, so please don't think I'm trying to sell it to you. On the website we have everything what we recommend, and I'll tell you why. We'll get a black spatula for this. For dessert, happy days, use these black. You're not going to stain it. So now it's cooking along, it's having a jolly good time. Happy days. If I wanted to go towards a white wine sauce, I could add a splash of white wine now. If I wanted to do a red wine sauce, I could make that. You notice we're cooking in a non-stick pan. I think we're getting too friendly with the, I'm cooking in a pan which not non-stick. I want to build fond on the bottom. Fond is that colour. That colour is where flavour is. That's the Maillard reaction. And I think a lot of us are scared. We'll go into all these pans that you can't get that. So I want that small amount of colour on the bottom. Where there's fond, there is taste. And you start cooking like this, you'll become fond of it. That joke was, you ready for the sound effect? Let's see if we can make that sound effect work. That joke was, we had the mission that we're going to make that sound effect funny before the end of the cruise. Still working on it. If I was going to cook this with some fish, I would use some white wine. If I'm going towards beef, I'd use some red wine. Or if you don't like wine, you could just use some water, chicken stock. At this point now, I've taken the tomatoes, plum tomatoes, always buy them whole, crush them, cut them with scissors. Tomatoes come in. I don't want to waste the good red wine because I've got a drinker bottle, so I'm going to add some water. Tomato sauce is on the go. I think a lot of us throw the stalks away of the basil. The basil has so much flavour. Don't throw the stalks away. Take the stalks and throw them in your tomato sauce. That was a pretty good shot for an Englishman. Really was. Throw them in there. The stalks have so much flavour. You want to just be able to let them come out. Basil doesn't like to be in the fridge. If you've got other herbs, thyme, rosemary, oregano for the Americans, paper towel, bit of water, roll them around into a Ziploc container. Tomato sauce is cooking. Actually, I wanted to apologise. I haven't got you all a drink. The reason why we do this in the D Lounge and not the main theatre is so I can get you all a drink for free. Oh, we can move it to the theatre and fit everybody in, but you won't be drinking any alcohol for free. Would everybody like a drink? Well, the only way to do that is to bring our sommelier down. You might know him as the man formerly known as Kenneth, but we know him as Jeremiah. So give us some Jeremiah music, everybody. It's my show. Ladies and gentlemen, Jeremiah.
Thank you very much, Chef. This is how I do every morning. Just when I wake up. Alright, everyone, are you ready for the wine? Alright, so we're gonna serve you the wine soon. Alright, so what we're having today, we have the red tree, Pinot Noir. I know most of you doesn't like the Pinot Noir, but am I right? Alright, just because most of Pinot Noir is very high acidity, yeah, very quite refreshing, very high acidity. Not a lot of people like it, but just for information, the good thing for the Pinot Noir is good to start because they have much more high acidity. So I cannot give you the rum right now, right? Yeah, I'm not sure how about you. For me, alright, because I have a long day to go. Alright, while we're waiting the Pinot Noir, just for information, Pinot Noir can make one of the most expensive wine in the world. So, anyone know the name of the wine? No? Alright, so maybe I will give you one free bottle of wine. What do you think? Excellent. Alright, just for information, the name of the wine is called Romani Conti. Have you heard about this wine? Yep, all the way came from France. It's made 100% for the Pinot Noir. The vintage of the wine is a 1945. Yes, 1945. I'm not sure the wine is still able to drink or not, but unfortunately we are not serving this wine for you today. Alright. So how come this wine is very expensive? All the way came from France. 100% Pinot Noir, 1945, Romani Conti. Is based on the three reasons. The first reason is just because 1945 is the last vintage of this producer using the original stock. After that vintage, they have to rebuild the whole vineyard, replant it again. Yeah. Because in 19th century, the whole Europe hit by one of the virus is called phylloxera. Yeah. So how they solve the problem? Until today, they must be use a American rootstock and craft it until today. Yeah. And the second reason is just because the land of Romani Conti is super tiny. Just 1.8 hectares only, 1.8. Yeah. If you want to compare to Chateau Lafite, Chateau Mouton, Chateau Latour, it's up to 100 hectares. Alright. So, and the third reason just because 1945 just finished World War II and after the World War II. Alright, that's the reason why this wine will become one of the most expensive wine. So just let you know what's the price of this wine. In 2018, even at the auction in New York is selling up to $558,000 per bottle. Wow. Yeah, it's more than $500,000 for one bottle for the Pinot Noir. So Pinot Noir is one of the most expensive grape in the world, just for information, because it's very hard to grow. Yeah, it's very hard to grow. Alright. Okay, so what you're having today is a red tree. Producer is called Red Tree. It's a Pinot Noir, all the way came from California. Vintage is 2023. Alright, 2023. Excellent. So, Pinot Noir most of the time is came from the cold to warm region. When you have chance, you can start to take the nose of the Pinot Noir. It will show a lot of red fruit characteristics, just like the red cherry, strawberry. It just looks like the red plum, rose petal. Yeah, very delicate of the aroma, right, in general. If you take a little bit sip of this wine, it's a little bit more like the sour cherry, raspberry juice, like the sour cherry, raspberry juice. And that's a good to start. Yeah. So the ripe berries and hints of the spice came from the oak barrel. So they will leave up the Parmesan cheese for the savory, which is a little like umami. Anyone knows what is umami? Savory, alright? If you visit fish market, you smell a lot of this kind of characteristic. Yes, chef? Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
I'll give you umami.
Umami, excellent. Yes. Alright. And also every sip paired with the chicken meatball, you will cut off the richness of the meatball. I'm sorry. I have to go.
Please go and visit me in Palo. If you're looking for a special night and you're looking for that fine wine, champagne, he's a beautiful soul. Thank you for your kindness, your smile, and I tell you what, that dance move, bravo. Ken, everybody!
Thank you very much. Enjoy.
Ken, do you have a watch? Isn't he brilliant? Round of applause. So we think about meatballs. They're from the Middle East. The kofta was the first style of meatballs. Once again, it wasn't North American. We're using chicken. We're looking for alternatives. Some people want to lower meat down in the diet. This same recipe can be made with chicken, can be made with beef, can be made with lamb. I'm adding just basic seasonings to it. You can go wherever you want. My dear friend Mike, who loves bananas at my cooking class, you could take rice instead of the crackers. So feel free if you want to. We're using Ritz crackers. It's a great cracker that was designed in 1934. If you think about a Ritz cracker, they were so good in marketing. At that time, they wanted to come up with a name that sounded glamorous, so they used the name Ritz for it. Every cracker has 7 dots on it, 7 holes, so it bakes. The hardest part is opening the bloody things. So you just crush the crackers and you just add them to the bowl. Feel free at home if you want to use some rice, if you want to use some breadcrumbs. You know, a meatball's got 3 things. It's gonna have the crackers, and then it's gonna have some egg, and it's gonna have some seasonings in it. For this one, we're going to Italy, so we think about oregano for the Americans. We had some oregano, but at home, you may say to yourself, I want Middle Eastern, or I want Indian. I'll add some garam masala. Could add some too, exactly the same recipe. You might think to yourself, I'll add some tandoori spice to it. Or you might think, well, I fancy myself some Mexican meatballs. You could add some fajita seasoning to it. It's all about you getting creative in the kitchen. Same recipe, just done slightly different. We take an egg. Whenever we crack an egg, there's 2 ways, the best ways. Best way to crack an egg, we always have a tendency to crack them on the side of the bowl. When we crack them on the side of the bowl, we end up with chips, and that's how we end up with pieces in it. It's not easy to do this with this glove on. So you just smash them into each other. If you're just doing 1 egg on the countertop, we found that when you hit them into each other, it's big. You have these big pieces, so you don't end up with little splinters. So I bash it into each other, and then I'm sorry I'm using this glove, but my hands might start bleeding. The egg comes in to make the meatball flavorful and keep it nice and moist. Because sometimes with meatballs, if you think about it, they have a tendency to dry out, and when you're eating it, it's dry. We had some mozzarella cheese, so I'm just taking some mozzarella cheese and adding it to it. We'll take a spoon and mix this together, and we're just making these meatballs. If you like some, you could add some, if we're doing Italian, you could add some parsley. If you're doing Mexican, you would add cilantro. You could add some cilantro. If you're doing Indian, you could add some cilantro and some methi to it. If you like a wee bit of spice, you could add a little pinch of pepper. You could add some red pepper flakes, but not too many, because remember, you can always add spice to something. There's nothing worse than when you go to someone's house and they make something too spicy. It's just awful, isn't it? You got a face like a Peruvian tomato, and you're just looking and the person's trying to talk to you and you think, I thought we were friends. The first name for the tomato was the Peruvian love apple. That was the first name, the love apple. Isn't that just romantic? Could you imagine me back in the galley downstairs, cooking for thousands of people? Excuse me, chef, would you pass me one of those love apples? Life would be so much better. I can't believe we called her a tomato. It was the English. They spoiled it. Notice I'm not adding salt. I don't mind adding some pepper, but we've got Ritz crackers. We know that they've got salt on them. Whenever you're making a burger at home, please don't add the salt on the inside. We know that when you put salt on something, it's going to encourage the moisture to come out of the actual meat. So we don't want to be adding salt to our burger. Always season a burger on the outside, not the inside. If you season it, and it's the same with meatballs, unfortunately, the same way. This is good. This is perfectly balanced because of the cheese. When you have this meatball, you'll see that the cheese helps it stay tender. I fold the mixture around. I can't mold it into a ball because I've got this glove on and it's just not going to look good. I'm sure you can imagine. I like to, at home, use the cookie scoops. I use that for even portioning. We take the meatballs, a little bit of sauce, roast them off. One of the keys to this recipe, and please start to do this at home if you get a wee chance. I've got some panko breadcrumbs. I'm going to take some garlic. I think with meatballs, we have a wonderful soft texture, but like with most pasta dishes, we miss crunch. We talked yesterday about the chicken tortilla soup. Lovely little characters, the radish and the avocado for creaminess, but the tortillas, they have that crunch to it. And it's the same when we make pasta, we're missing crunch. And the Italians are amazing chefs, by the way. This is not rude, this is just a wee Englishman who's been around the world. Panko breadcrumbs, Japanese breadcrumb. The panko has got a crispier crunch to it. Imagine taking a sourdough loaf, letting it dry and then grating it. It's much different than a European breadcrumb. It adds more crunch. My favorite brand, I don't work for them, at breadcrumb in the United States, is Kikkoman. They make the soy sauce as well. Their breadcrumb's big, so it's got this large crunch to it, because the bigger the crumb, the more crunch to it. So I'm just toasting the breadcrumb, and what I find is, a lot of the times with breadcrumbs, we forget everything should be seasoned as we're cooking along. So we add some salt to it. A little bit of salt. But remember, we've still got salt in the food, and we're going to be using Parmesan cheese, which has salt to it. Only Pecorino Romano. Don't use anything else. And I love Wisconsin, but Pecorino Romano is the way to go. It is the king of cheeses. We add a little bit of pepper. I think a lot of people think with the breadcrumbs, and these are great to make ahead of time, keep in the fridge. No matter what you're doing, you could add crunch. I'm just toasting them. You could add flavor to it. The basil stalk, the piece of oregano, the piece of fresh thyme. I'm infusing flavor now to the breadcrumbs, and I want to toast them until they're golden. We know the heat's at the bottom of the pan. Around the sides is not doing too much because it's not gas. If it was gas, it would grip it around, a little bit like on the dance floor a few here last night after a full day of sea drinking. So we're just infusing the breadcrumbs, getting a great flavour until they're golden. We take the meatballs, small amounts of sauce, in the oven, 165. I think the common mistake that we make with meatballs is we want to let them simmer for a long time. The more they simmer, although they're cooking, the juices are coming from the end. We can serve the food whenever you're ready, you know. You can start serving some food. But if you want to serve some food, happy days. Is it okay if I feed you as well? It's only once. Hello, darlings. How was Palo lunch yesterday?
It was so good.
Was it fantastic? Brilliant. If the food's really good and you think that dish is delicious, the culinary team made it. If it's really drastic and you think it's awful, Jon Ashton made it. At this stage now, the meatballs go in. We let them cook. We talked about having fun, getting creative. Where's the gentleman yesterday who talked to me about seasoning? You here? Can you eat tomato sauce? You're good with that. You just can't have gluten. Lactose. Oh, fantastic. Close enough. He eats it. Is he a false lack? Come down here for me, please. I want to, we talked about yesterday how to know if something's seasoned, apart from pepper with salt. So remember what we talked about yesterday, the tip of the tongue and the back of the tongue. So what we're looking for here, and I'm going to give you to hold it. it's going to be hot. So make sure you... Do you understand what I mean?
No. Yeah.
No. But what we're looking for... So when you have it, just I want you to look at your tongue and you watch the way the center. So if you season something perfectly with enough salt, right the way across your tongue, you're going to feel it. Feel the center of your tongue. What do you feel?
Feel the flavor.
The flavor.
Yeah.
So what you notice a big flavor
Yeah.
all over the tongue,
Yeah.
not just the tip but the back. Under seasoned food, you'll feel it on the tip and you'll feel it on the back, but nothing in the middle. Do you feel it in the middle?
Yeah.
That's a perfectly seasoned sauce, right there.
Yeah, that's great.
What's your name?
Jason.
$10. I'll put it to your room.
Thank you.
Mike, you can eat tomato sauce. You can drink wine too. Sometimes you get high maintenance people. No wine at the front. No wine's been served at the front. I can't believe it. Should we take it? Unbelievable. So sorry, Mike. That's unbelievable. Did he have a sip? Did Jeremiah have a sip? I don't think he had a sip, did he, Jeremiah? Split this for now. That's a good start, isn't it? So we talked about getting creative, so let's get creative. We showed you how to make a tomato sauce. The same sauce, the tomato sauce, start thinking. We'll get 2 pans on the go, because I really want to encourage you to not just think about don't straitjacket a recipe. Don't just put it in a straitjacket. Be creative. Get out of your straitjacket mentality. I've got 2 bowls on the go. A little bit of olive oil in each pan. We'll do 2 different sauces. Happy days. Just with what's in front of me. First one, I'm going to take some garam masala. We're going to make like a tikka sauce. If I had a knife, I'd cut it open. Oh, sausages. I'm going to use some tandoori spice. I've got a glove on, I can't do nothing about it. You could add curry. First pan, bit of curry. We talked about yesterday, blooming the spices, always into the oil. Some garlic. Ladies and gentlemen, over to my left-hand side is a beautiful soul who works with me, Dario, and he's recording these shows. Give him a round of applause. Got some garlic in there. Taking a little bit of cream. Tomato sauce. You can add some garam masala if you can open up the package. Let this cook. A little bit more tomato sauce, too much cream in there. Let that cook off, maybe a bit of ginger in there. Some salt, some pepper. Now we got ourselves a tikka masala sauce. We think about American dishes. Take exactly the same recipes. A little bit of garlic comes in. It was starting to get a bit hot, the pan. Onto the stove, exactly the same tomato sauce as what we use for the tikka masala. Add some of that tomato sauce. Little bit of red wine, white wine, no wine. Put it on for a second. Take some cream. Now we've got, add some vodka. You've got yourself a vodka sauce. Exactly the same thing. They're all in your cupboard. They're right in front of you. They're just waiting for you to use your creativity. Give it a stir. Bring it down. When it comes to serving this, we make a garlic bread. You'll notice in the recipe with the garlic bread, we use some dried garlic. It really adds an amazing flavor. It's very hard in a kitchen because what a lot of people overlooked. There's powdered garlic and there's granulated. Same thing, just processed differently. I'm going to take a little bit of the garlic olive oil on the bottom of the bowl. With this recipe, feel free to use a small amount of ricotta on the bottom. I'm going to take 2 of the garlic breads. I'm going to take a couple of these cold meatballs, but whoever's the taste tester, just pretend they're hot. I'm going to take some of the tomato sauce. I did have a ladle. If you haven't got a ladle, use tongs. It's not what happens to you, it's how you deal with it. I need some Parmesan, please, chef. Some Parmesan to finish. A lot of us forget the importance of extra virgin olive oil. At this stage is where we want to start adding a small amount for fruitiness. Has everyone been served food yet? Okay, you'll get some. I'm going to add some breadcrumbs for texture. And then it's really important to have some Parmesan. Dropping a hint for the chef. You do it on purpose. You really do. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, chef. That's so sweet of you. Wow. Parmesan is so important. If you can purchase Parmesan from Costco, it's a fair... It's a bit cheaper. It's a third cheaper, 2/3 cheaper than what it is at your grocery store. So go to Costco. You can always tell it's oh, sausages. I didn't know that was underneath. You can always tell it's Reggiano Parmesan by the side, and it's the way to go. Please, the lactose intolerant person, don't look at this. And then what you want to do is grate it towards the last moment. So you bring it. Grate it. You don't want to grate it too far ahead of time, so we just grate it. Feel free to use a shaver. We just shave some pieces on there to add texture. And then at the last moment, just before serving, you add the basil. Remember that herbs don't like oil, just like salad. If you add the oil too far ahead, it's going to have a tendency to cause it to suffocate. So that's why things wilt, because of oil, not because of water. I think what would be really wonderful here is to get a taste tester, because there's nothing better than a wonderful cold meatball. You. Yeah. Have you got a microphone for us? It's the shine on your head. I couldn't resist it. What is your name?
Mike Bowen.
Mike, but full name. Thank you so much. It's very kind of you. 1 second. How am I going to do this? So, Mike, this is a chicken meatball. It's not going to be the same as a beef meatball. Now be careful, because this chicken meatball is really hot. It just came out the oven 2 hours ago. Okay. So you're going to take the meatball. Now, Mike, did you know your taste buds can sing? No. Thank you. As soon as you put it in there, your taste buds are going to sing. They're going to sing a song. What's so beautiful. Taste buds love cold meatballs, Mike. I've got to eat the whole
whole thing?
Okay.
Okay.
Slowly. Chew slowly for me. Just close your eyes. Watch, ladies and gentlemen. That is truly amazing taste buds you have.
Yeah.
That was pretty impressive. You're still chewing, aren't you? If they're warm, they're not as chewy. Now, do you need some water?
Yes.
Absolutely, not a problem at all. That was really impressive.
I did not know my taste buds could sing.
Now, can you sing?
Yes.
You can?
Yes.
Can you seriously?
Yes, I'm a singer.
Did everybody hear that? He's a singer. So if you're a singer,
Fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars.
well,
Let me see what spring is. Yes, I do.
hold the microphone for me. So you must know a song about meatballs?
As a matter of fact, I do.
You do?
I do.
So, does it have a twist to it?
A little bit.
It does?
Yes.
Should we hear it? Give us some music in the booth.
We love meatballs. If one falls off the plate, there's no need to debate. Hey, it's a still edible. Chef Jon, sweetest of time. Brady's soul and satay. There's my downfall.
Round of applause! Well done, brother. Thank you so much. Your beautiful wife is her birthday today?
No,
Oh,
my
sorry.
sister-in-law.
Sister-in-law? Come on, Pierre. Come on. We celebrate in style. We're on a Disney cruise. Don't worry about it. We got plenty more. Happy days. Anyone else's birthday today? Anyone celebrating anything special? Let's have some birthday music. Well done, bravo. Happy birthday, everybody! Okay then. Questions. Let's go through some questions and answers. We covered a lot of ground today. I've got all my fingers in place. So it could be questions about this recipe or something else you've been struggling with. I don't know what time it is. I never put my watch on because I couldn't get it over my wrist. Oh, I've got to finish soon. Anyone got any questions as we wrap up? Everyone get food? Who didn't get food? Oh, how is the dish? Happy days. Question.
I just have a wee question about the recipe.
Go on.
Here it says to add the remaining 2 teaspoons of oregano.
Yeah?
But where does the first part of the oregano go? And how much is it?
2 teaspoons. That must have been the first version of the recipe, not the second one, because Kerry, our wonderful friend, told us about that. It's 2 teaspoons of oregano and it gets added to the meatball. Great question. The original recipe is on jonashton.com. Thanks. Question. Good to see you again.
Yesterday you said we could freeze these. At what stage?
Freeze them afterwards, not before. Best to freeze them. So pre-make them. Like most recipes I try to design is something that you can freeze and keep for afterwards. So make them big batch, freeze some. Even better, make a triple batch and give your neighbours some. It's time for us all to start getting to know our neighbour. We're so lucky. We're a big family now. You're all my big family. You've adopted me. The mayor yesterday of Fort Myers bought me a pint. He bought me a pint yesterday. It was so nice. Let him be a leader and a light to you if you see me. Had a wonderful conversation yesterday. Never knew nothing about it. Talked about dragons. We talked about breakfast. Do you like jam? Do you like jelly? We were just so many conversations. We're just unbelievable. Getting to meet you, Fort Myers, Wisconsin. You guys have been truly amazing. Before we go, does anyone have any questions? Yes, sir. Fire it out. Just say it like you mean it. If you want to make this vegetarian, I would take chickpeas. So I would roast the chickpeas off to get a little bit more colour. Canned chickpeas for it. You're looking for consistency for vegetarian because things are going to dry out. So you could chop vegetables. If it's a high water content vegetable, you want to make sure you cook it off first to fold it in because there's water content and it will separate the meatball for it. And then once you've designed that perfect vegetable meatball, please send the recipe to me and I'll take credit for it. Thank you. Mushrooms as well, brother. Mushrooms, don't forget mushrooms. Mushrooms add so much umami.
I know.
Roasted them. Well, you've had enough time today. How much more do you want? Oh, you need answers, I'm sure you do. Go on. Yeah. Reggiano Parmesan. You can't find. You know, you think about Italy and you think about the 2 cheeses. You know, you're going to have Northern Italy, which are going to be Pecorino Romano, and then we're going to have, Reggiano Parmesan, and then from Rome we're going to have Pecorino Romano. The 2 of them always compete. Pecorino Romano is going to be saltier. You could add some of that, but just don't add as much, because Pecorino Romano, cheese of Rome, is going to be a little bit more salty, but feel free to add that to it as well. Questions before we go?
We have some over here. I'm going to
Go on.
Hiya, you were talking about salt and seasoning yesterday. What if you're on a low sodium diet and you can't have salt? What alternatives can you use?
Yeah.
And I'm going to be really cheeky and ask another question. You've got some Yorkshire tea up there. What's your favourite dunking biscuit? Oh.
What biscuits do you have with you? I love digestives. That's a great. I think you know what I'm going to do. I was from a poor family in Liverpool, and when the special family would come down, we'd get out the hobnobs. And I think it's a soft spot. Hobnobs with maybe.
She likes hobnobs.
She likes hobnobs. And then for the low sodium, just don't put the sodium in. There are some alternatives for it, but you just don't have to add it. As I said yesterday, add salt at the table. Or make yourself some separate batches. Do yourself a tomato sauce, and just to do that. I would say add the sodium at the table. If your family love you and they're with you, they should know that you've got to control your diet. So fair enough, we love each other, and you can just add a wee bit of salt at the table with that one, and just use some good sea salt or Maldon salt. Don't be using the iodized stuff with the lady with the umbrella. It's not the best thing. And I'm not against it, but you know, iodized is back in the day before. We don't want to go down that way. But any more
another
questions?
question over here.
Happy days.
Building off of that, would it make a difference if you were to use like something like a salt substitute that has potassium chloride instead of sodium chloride? Or like, would that mess up the recipe or?
Not really, but it's got a cake mixture in it. It's going to change it slightly. But I don't think so, because we don't use a tremendous amount. That's got a cake-in mixture to stop it from sticking together, most of those. But a little bit goes a long way. You know, I always find that, you know, if you remove from your diet a lot of processed foods and start cooking yourself from, it's an old boxing term called scratch. Scratch was where the boxers, they would mark a chalk line. That's why it's called cooking from scratch. That's where the term come from. It wasn't some chef scratching his head. Although many of you scratch your head thinking, am I a chef? But I think with that, just less is more with salt. Just less is more. Questions? I know I've got to go soon. You've all got things to do.
Oh, we've got some across the room. I'm coming. I'm making my way over. Don't mind me.
Go on.
Okay, we made it.
Oh, yes. So I love a spicy meatball, but what seasonings would you recommend for, like, if you were gonna make a Cajun meatball? Because I am Cajun and spicy is better.
Yeah, certainly, you know, feel free if it's Cajun, you're gonna go to Cayenne. You could use your, you know, the problem is with the Cajun, like the Zatarain's mix, there's a lot of sodium in it. That's the lead ingredient with it. So if you think about Cajun, you're gonna go straight for Cayenne. Cayenne is the spice at the backbone of New Orleans spice, you know, with it. You could, well, feel free if you want to go Thai, you could add some Thai chopped chili to it, you know. But you can always, what I would say is, make a meatball and think of the sauce being spicy, or think of what you're going to add to it, because when you freeze them, then them meatballs can go anywhere. I showed you how to make 2 different sauces, same meatball, just presented differently. But cayenne or red chili flake, you know, you could cook them, a little bit of olive oil, add some more chili flake to it, and that oil will infuse with spice. And thank you so much for saying you're a spicy meatball fan. That is a big thing in front of a crowd of people. That's amazing. Anybody else? You know, we started the show today with Pitbull. I love that song, Tonight, Give Me Everything, because we may not have tomorrow. And you know, I think that's the message today. 160,000 people go to see the good Lord every day. Few go downstairs. But you don't know if tomorrow's going to come. And you might not have worked out tomorrow. But the one thing you do have is today. And that's the most precious gift that we've got to learn to enjoy. Usually troubles have the way of working themselves out in life. That's the way life is. If you don't believe me, look at me. I've been through a ton of them, and there's probably a wee few around the corner waiting for me. But I know we've got today. So if we can laugh a little bit more, allow mistakes to happen, and things to happen in life so we grow, it's the most important thing. That's the message for today. I can't wait to see you tomorrow. We're going to take a trip to India. I'm going to show you how to make a midweek butter chicken. This thing is going to dance on your taste buds better than James Brown in his heyday. Thank you, thank you, thank you for sharing the window of your life. Thank you. Happy birthday. God bless your cotton socks, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Cheerio.
That's it, everyone. Let's make some noise one more time for Jon